The Coffee Table dropped on VOD a couple of weeks ago, and I've been hearing people talk about this movie in very vague terms so far. I have seen multiple people on TikTok talk about it, but somehow I knew very little about the film before going into it. All I knew was that it was supposed to be about a couple buying a coffee table, but that it was also somehow the most disturbing film of the year. Those two things did not go together in my head, so I had to check out the movie for myself to see what all the fuss was about. I now understand why everyone's had such a hard time talking about this movie. It's bizarre. This is a comedy disguised as a disturbing movie. It feels like it takes place in a different reality, where the worst case scenario always plays out. It starts with a couple buying a coffee table, which sets off this bizarre and violent chain of events. This chain of events is only exacerbated by the main character's poor decisions. It's like a train wreck you can't look away from. It all takes place inside of one apartment, and the main character is keeping a terrible secret from everyone he comes into contact with, including his wife. And you're just waiting for it all to fly off the handle. If this is all you want to know before watching the film, I'll just say that I liked the movie a lot, and I found it surprisingly funny. This is very much my type of dark humor, with a lot of very uncomfortable, awkward situations. Now, before I continue, I want to actually tell you what this movie is about for real. All the specifics I'm about to give happen within the first 20 minutes or so it's not like I'm spoiling the whole film for you. But I understand if you want to stop watching now. And just to be clear, I do not think that what I'm about to say is going to ruin the whole film for you. I've just seen enough people talk around the plot of this film that I do want to give that little bit of warning. I think this is enough time, so let's get into it. In the first scene, we see the couple buy the coffee table from a sleazy salesman. They have a newborn baby with them, and the salesman assures them that the glass on the table is unbreakable. An argument ensues between the couple regarding if they should buy it or not, but the husband persists, so they end up coming home with it. A little while later, while he's home alone with the baby, he falls onto the glass table while setting it up. He does so while holding the baby, and in a flash, their newborn son dies tragically. To be more specific, he's decapitated. This is all off-screen, of course, but it's a pretty shocking scene. When his wife comes home from grocery shopping, he simply doesn't tell her. He just says that the baby is sleeping, and then they have a dinner party planned, so they begin preparing for that. As I said before, it's bizarre. I know it's strange to say that I found the dead baby movie funny, but I think it works here because the movie doesn't really have any likable characters. The couple is shown to be pretty awful to each other even before the accident occurs, so even though I did feel bad for them, I could still laugh at this very absurd situation. I think the movie would have been too devastating if the wife wasn't shown to be this verbally abusive mess in the beginning of the film, so this is one of those rare films where it's actually good that the characters are a little bit annoying. It makes the entire premise work. And to piggyback off of that point, I think the performances here are what really sell it for me. There's a frantic energy simmering inside of this apartment, and as more characters show up, it only adds to the tension. The main character is obviously sweating buckets, looking really pale, and everyone else is just really confused about what's going on, and the way the actors play off of each other creates a really playful sense of dread. I know this movie isn't going to be for everyone. I think there's going to be a camp of people who finds this movie too disturbing and off-putting because so much of it is played for laughs. Then there's going to be another section of the audience that simply doesn't find it funny. That's usually the case with off-kilter comedies like this. The movie hits somewhat of a sweet spot for me, though. I really jived with the tone of it. I don't think that's going to be the case for everyone, but hey, at least you know what the movie is actually about now. The closest comparison I can make to this film is last year's Sick of Myself. That's a Norwegian film from the director of Dream Scenario that I understand not everyone has seen, but if you have seen it and enjoyed the humor in it, I think you'll enjoy The Coffee Table. It's bold and weird and way different from anything else I've seen this year so far. I think it's worth giving a watch when whenever you have a chance to see it. Before I go today, I just want to say thank you for the continued support on this channel. If you're new here, maybe subscribe. We talk horror. I think it's really fun. Maybe leave a like as well. I hate being the like and subscribe guy, but it helps the channel grow, and this is of course something I want to pursue and I'm putting a lot of effort in, so you guys get this. You guys get what I mean by this. Alright, bye.